Tell us about the first music festival you ever went to.
First music festival I ever went to was July 20th, 1974. I was 15 years old, and I would try and spend the summers in the UK if I could, so that I could spend time with my grandparents and my father. There was something being advertised called the Knebworth Festival, and I didn't realize I was actually going to be going to the first one, of course. I went to that festival because the Mahavishnu Orchestra was playing. They were supporting their Apocalypse album that they had just done with the London Symphony Orchestra, and George Martin produced it. It's an amazing record. I was very excited to go. I discovered the Mahavishnu Orchestra a couple of years before that, and I couldn't believe I was going to see John McLaughlin. The setting is this kind of the amazing grounds of this amazing country house in Hertfordshire. Yeah, they were sitting like on a big giant field, effectively. The other people on the show were Tim Buckley, Van Morrison, Sensational Alex Harvey Band, Doobie Brothers, and the Allman Brothers, but I went to see Mahavishnu Orchestra. But right before Mahavishnu Orchestra played, the Sensational Alex Harvey Band played, and they were kind of life-changing for me at that moment. If you people don't know who the Sensational Alex Harvey Band is, you should do a dive and find out about them. They were fronted by Alex Harvey, a Scotsman who had a very checkered history, and I think by that time was actually 40 years old, finally making a break into the big time, which kind of feels familiar to me. But they were incredibly theatrical and confronting to the audience, and their amazing guitar player Zal Clemenson came out in a complete medieval jester outfit with white face, with like a Marceau white face on, playing an SG with two P90s on it, and he just killed it. There's some really great YouTube videos of them during that time playing in Scandinavia at festivals, maybe even on that same tour, and the people in the audience look genuinely disturbed at what they're saying, but at what they're seeing. But they were an incredible band, and right when I was able to, I bought all of their records that existed, which I think were just 2 at that point. Anyway, they were incredible, and then right afterwards, Mahavishnu Orchestra played, and that was the version with Michael Walden, the incredible drummer, who would later go on to produce Whitney Houston, incredibly, and Jean-Luc Ponty, the incredible French jazz violinist. And he had a brass quintet, and I think a string quintet or something, and Ralph Armstrong on bass, and Gail Moran on keyboards, and they were just incredible. I would see John McLaughlin 3 more times on the Visions of the Emerald Beyond tour with Jeff Beck. I would see him with Shakti, his Indian fusion group, and then I would see him later at the Royal Albert Hall sometime in the early 90s. The show just seemed to decline. It was Van Morrison, then the Doobie Brothers without Michael McDonald, and then the Allman Brothers. And by the time it was over, I just had forgotten about everybody else except for Sensational Alex Harvey Band and Mahavishnu Orchestra, which in retrospect has to be one of the strangest pairings of bands playing next to each other anywhere.